Juan Rosales for this flyweight showdown. Both fighters are inside. Let's get our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Flyweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 124.2 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, he holds a professional record of 2 wins, no losses. This is Juan Rosales. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, and he weighed in at 125.8 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, his professional record stands at 1 win, 1 loss. Here is Michael, the Gangster Capone. Your referee in charge of the action, John Shorley.
All right, first pro fight of the afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Capone with the red gloves, Juan Rosales in the blue gloves.
Capone has shown a well-rounded game. He's had most success with his wrestling. See if he chooses to use it in this fight. Rosales, no stranger to good wrestlers.
Well, he's already beat the 12 seconds that he had in his first fight for us, so I'm sure he's happy to get that part over with. Nice exchanges here. Starts a round. No one really landing on that. Oh, big body kick.
That was nice.
Love the change from Capone. Didn't really set it up. Rosales punched some underhooks and a big clinch knee to the body on the break. Nice high kick there from Capone. Body there from Rosales. And another.
Alex Capone's got to be careful. He's reacting really, really harshly to those feints. Dropping his hands down. Undoubtedly, if this goes to the second round, these coaches are going to talk about that.
Oh, good jab from Rosales. Both guys kind of stepped in at the same time. Rosales got the better of the 2 punches.
Nice jab there from Capone. Yeah. Snap the head back from Rosales.
Another kick there from Capone.
One's really quick with those kicks from that front leg. Goes from toes to face. Not much setup. Barely missed with the right hand.
Yeah, Capone sits down and shots really hard. Heck, they do good damage.
Two minutes left in round 1.
Rosales is not throwing a lot of combinations. So one strike and kind of exit. Strike and exit.
Consistently keeping that jab out there. Sizing up still going on here. Both guys trying to find their range. Capone is starting to find it a little bit. He's finding his reach advantage here.
There's two really strong inside kicks from Capone. Maybe Rosales swap his stance. Rosales, but Capone just eats it and walks forward.
Nearing the 1 minute mark of round one. Capone doing a good job of walking down Rosales. That's when he's throwing his best stuff.
Yeah, he sure is.
Double jab, yeah.
Rosales had his fingers extended a little bit, might have touched the eye of Capone, but
Capone waved him off, said you're cool. Away, nice high kick there from Rosales. And Rosales needs more than one. I think that's why Capone's taking this round over. Capone's marching him down and throwing some combos.
even though some of these kicks are effective, both guys are not throwing anything up before they throw these kicks. So they're able to see them coming just a little bit. I feel like a 2 or 3 punch combination followed by a kick may do some damage here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's really just a matter of which one of them is going to do it first. Both guys are kind of doing the same thing. They're kind of mirroring each other a little bit.
Yeah. I think Capone had a little more volume and landed better strikes. I think that's a Capone round.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the round 2 adjustment. Sorry, Mike, because you're right. They were just still feeling each other out, trying to see what's going to work, what's going to cause some kind of reactions.
Yeah, and young fighters will get in a rhythm sometimes where they're just doing what was done to them. Where, you know, if they take a jab, they'll throw a jab. If they take a cross, they'll throw a cross. So you can't get caught up in that rhythm. If you're using it to kind of maintain a rhythm for the other fighter, and then you're going to do something to counter it, I mean, that's different. But it looks like these guys are kind of just mirroring each other. One would throw a kick, the other would throw back with a kick. I think you're right. Capone landed the bigger shots there, Alex. I think it's very close, but yeah, Capone, consistency and moving forward, and then also landing the bigger shots, I think got him that first round. But we did have a decision earlier where it's really confusing about what the judges are looking for today.
That's why you don't leave it to the judges sometimes, right? You just go, I'm just going to take care of this because it just changes.
Nice little jab, jab cross there from Capone.
Both shins kind of bang together there.
Yeah, after the fight, that bruise will linger for like 2 months. That was weird.
Yeah, those I was going to say.
Bruises.
I was going to say those are after party pains. It doesn't hurt them right now, but they'll start feeling that about an hour after they leave the cage. And like you said, that'll be there for 2 months. Somebody touches it in a grappling round, and
oh yeah. One time I fought a southpaw and he threw a front kick and I parried it, but like his shin tipped my forearm, and that was the only thing that was sore for months. I mean, months after the fight. It was weird. Guys had a nice exchange earlier. Now Capone's smiling at him, telling him something.
I think he just told him he was going to throw 2 kicks in a row at him.
Away.
Big loaded right there from Capone.
These guys are picking up the pace just a little bit here. Maybe some urgency coming on the part of Rosales, and maybe Capone starting to smell blood a little bit. His head movement. I see those single kicks like that, Alex. They have to set them up with something. You got to throw something in their face, get their hands up.
Oh man, huge body kick there from Capone. Snuck right under the arm of Rosales. Made a big noise.
Nice left hand from Capone also, right over the shoulder of Rosales.
come.
Yeah, that was a
Sometimes
punch, yeah.
when guys will block with the elbow and it'll like ricochet the punch right into your crotch. That happens every once in a while. Nice dig to the body there from Rosales.
shots in a row, is aiming for the belly button.
Capone's looking for it. I think that's also going to play a factor in the judges. You know, their volume's relatively similar, but Capone's like throwing to finish, whereas I think Rosales is kind of throwing to land and touch.
Capone's throwing more as he's walking down Rosales, so it just looks more aggressive. And it's harder to do, right? Like you're going up there.
Step in the firing line, yeah.
Oh, look like he's starting to have a little fun in there. Both guys, again, I feel like these guys are mirroring each other and, you know, kind of throwing one for one. You rarely see an exchange where both guys are punching. I mean, it's these guys are, it's one punch, one or two punches, a kick, a kick, a kick. And you know, it's hardly ever a counter.
I think Capone's struggling to sit down in combos because the moment he throws, Rosales like hard exits out. He's got some squirrely movement. You know the guy's gonna hard exit whenever you step forward. It can be hard to sit down on combos.
30 seconds left in round two.
That's when you gotta set traps. Like make those feints, you know, hope they're gonna exit to a certain side and throw something that side. Capone with a nice little entry into a drag down. Notice Rosales' butt's a little too high. Capone's got to get Rosales' hips on the mat, either rotating it on top or get him in between his legs and secure his back take, which he does.
Yeah, very nice. Oh, this
is
close.
Oh, that's deep. This is super deep.
Does he have the time?
I don't think he's got the time, but this is a tremendous attempt.
Oh, man. Well, I think that definitely won him the round.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Capone's showing some chops there in the grappling game. I think you should think about getting this in the third round, getting this down to the mat, trying to attack those submissions again.
And just showcasing that right before the round ends. That's one more thing for Rosales to think about in round three as well, because it was all striking up until that point.
Yeah, and I hope Rosales' coaches are telling him that he's down 2 rounds to none, because
they need to.
Yeah, it's gonna take a knockout here or a finish from Rosales to beat Capone right now. And Capone, you know, nothing's really landing solid. I mean, nothing's really, they're not giant power shots. Both guys are just popping each other, but this was the closest this fight's been to finishing. Capone has 7 or 8 more seconds, Alex. Maybe done.
Round three, we'll see if Capone can continue what he's done in rounds 1 and 2. Will Rosales come back and get the finish here?
I think we're going to see Capone wrestle early in this round. He got to his back so quick with the rear naked choke locked in.
Takedown by Rosales here.
See, Capone's thinking about subs. He was going to go for a triangle. Bails in the triangle so he can go for a Kimura.
Looks like he's going to have leverage for that Kimura sweep. He may be a little bit close to the cage, and he needs to get that butterfly hook under that left side. If he can do that, or this, that's effective also.
There you go. Uh-oh, there it is, the back. And now we'll see if he has a chance to finish this one. Didn't have enough time in round 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of time here too, so this is not a good spot for Rosales.
Body lock in tight as well.
Yeah, Capone needs to soften him up here. Get him thinking about those punches. Annoy him a little bit with those punches without getting the hands trapped. Last thing you want to do is punch to the body, get your hands trapped in there, because with those gloves on, it's really difficult to get your hands back.
It's a good attempt.
Good punches. Will something open up? Will this hand play eventually be too much?
Capone trapping the arm of Rosales for just a second.
There's the right arm sneaking in, and now a little bit of a turn. Big punches, though.
That's some good damage here from Capone.
Now, this is where you got to soften him up.
Circling right leg out. Stop the chest, Mike. Right leg under his leg. Yeah, circling right leg out, Juan. There you go. Good.
And even without the choke, I mean, grab across the face and push your hips forward when you've got this body lock in. Push those hips forward and pull back on the head. Makes it really, really uncomfortable. That's going to be really close. Couldn't get palm to palm.
Do you hold on to that one just a little bit more to annoy him to see you can get something else going?
And I don't know. I think you're more likely to, once you get that hand free, especially if he's not holding it tight, you get that hand free, you can soften him up a little bit more. You want something you can score with, even if it's not the submission. Whenever the other arm is underneath his arm, like I said, it traps it. Try to pull it back out. Those gloves keep it from coming out. It's really difficult to get out of there.
Capone does a really good job of riding the back out, like keeping the angle, doesn't lose position, makes the adjustments with his legs. He's shown this in previous fights.
Good one. You gotta get lower. We gotta go here. Yep, slide down, slide down. He has no underhook. Slide down. Get lower. Slide down. Slide down towards his feet, Juan. Slide down to the feet. All right, you're fine here. Good, circle your right leg. Good, Juan. There you go, circle your right leg. Yes, sir. Good one.
There he goes. That's underneath the neck. Now if he can get palm to palm, that's very tight.
This is going to be enough for Michael Capone. He is squeezing. That arm is in tight.
There's going to have to be a second adjustment, whether it be a figure four or a different angle. Because, yeah, that was, I mean, it was in, but it wasn't super tight.
And it's weird. Rosales could have a thinner neck, and so it's really difficult to squeeze hard enough to, without leaving space in there if you don't have you don't have that gate around the other arm.
And he was laying on the side of the lock. That can make it really hard to pull.
And Rosales needs to sell out here to get up. I mean, he's losing this round. I think he lost all 3 rounds so far. And with 18 seconds left, it's going to be a tough one for him because he's been in this position the entire time.
10 seconds left. One last attempt here from Capone. Looks like we're going to be heading to the judges' scorecards. It's been all Michael Capone.
Man. That last attempt was deep, too.
Yeah. Man, that was the entire 3rd round pretty much for Juan Rosales trying to stay alive, and he does, but it's going to be all Michael Capone unofficially. We'll see how the judges score this one.
That was kind of surprised to see Juan Rosales take this fight to the ground. Immediately, he was on top. Immediately, Capone starts chasing submission, able to get that reversal. Once he got on top, he never relinquished that position. Kept that top position, almost finished the choke a couple times. You can see he just couldn't close it far enough to get the pressure. That chin is down in the crook of the elbow. It's really difficult to finish that whenever that's there. They can breathe. If you can cut the blood off, it takes a little bit longer, but cut the air and the blood off, it's 5 or 6 seconds, you're going out.
Yeah.
So if it lasts much longer than that, you can assume they don't have it.
There was a striking in the first 2 rounds of Capone, and then it was that ground assault there in round 3. So Michael Capone just flat out dominated Juan Rosales in round 3, and a fun fight for him. He's feeling it after that loss to Jacob Romero, where it was 12 seconds. We didn't get a lot of cage time for him as a pro, so good to see him put everything out there for 3 rounds. Now for Juan Rosales, looks like he's going to be handed his first loss as a pro. Wayne is heading inside. We'll make things official. We'll see how the judges scored this fight. And here he is. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Space City Collective. With scores of 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28, your winner by unanimous decision, Michael the Gangster Capone.
2:29:28. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I'm confused by that one.
Yeah, what round could they have given him?
It wasn't round 3. It wasn't round 2. I guess unless that final takedown in round 2 wasn't enough to solidify the round. I don't know.
At least they got it right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, we move on. Let's meet our next fighter.